Hi guys, so I'm sitting down with Tawana, and this is the story time that most of you guys wanted me to give. I asked on this platform, Kuti, um, what can I talk to you guys about? Because a lot has been going on in my life in the past 2 weeks. That's why you guys couldn't see any vlogs on time. Whew. I think I keep saying a lot has been happening and then coming back with an excuse, but this is me breaking the chain. I just realized I need to just keep giving you what I have on the day that I have it. So thank you so much again for your patience. And it's a beautiful Friday morning, right? Yeah. And I wanted to do this story time for a while, but then Shisha our time as well. So be gentle. We have Tawan in the room. So most of you guys asked me, Kuti, how did we invent Tawan? Who is he? Who is his father? And what happened? Okay, it's quite a long story because Tawana is a part of my life that is very long. Like, this is where my life changes completely. I don't believe there's ever a time that I remember that changed my life until I met Tawana's father. Hold on. Yeah. So, I'm checking kuti malips angu ana zvezvere zvinobuda kana uchitaura ende zvinobhohwa unozozviona kana kuti wafamba wataura nevanhu wozozviona wawega sha. I think we should just show each other kana malips ari zvinazvo ripo here tawo. Are my lips okay? Okay. Thank you. I'm very, very self-conscious about that. Anyway, so I will start from the part where vatanga vanhu veve vatanga ndatonatsovatsiura kuti anongondidisturba story time ndikuye ndichirova. Anyway, I don't beat them up. Nditangire pekuti I can't talk about Baba Tawana without talking about the whole who I was and where it began. Anyway, I told you guys that my parents passed away when I was a child. My mother died when I was 8 and my father died when I was 7. And we started living with my grandmother. And living with my grandmother, my adopted father, who was my father's best friend, most people know him. His name is Pastor Chinyemba. He started taking care of us, him and his family. And we were sort of like bouncing between homes. Sometimes tingetiri kwa pastor, sometimes tingetiri kwa gogo. And ndinotoenda ku A level ndopasa ndobva ndatsvagira chikoro. So ndanga ndiri mwana akakura ari nherera achitya Mwari, ari mwana aida Mwari, aifarira zvokuchechi nekuimba mupraise worship nekunamata. Ndaenda kuchurches too. Ndaifarira kuenda kuAFM kwandaenda kwapastor Nyemba, obviously ndoyanga ari church yemaparents angu inini. And then ndaifarira futi kuenda kuUnited Methodist kwakuri kwagogo. So kwese ndandine zvigaro. So ndaiti ndikabatika uku 3 weeks ndobatika uku 3 weeks ndichingodaro uku ndichiimba uku ndirine to my, you know, I was really involved. I was that girl where Scripture Union Secretary General of young generation, you know, because I always loved speaking. I always wanted to be important. So I wanted to be so important. I worked hard in positions, in social groups, in school. I wanted to be that girl who was good in school, well-mannered. Life iyoyo yakandifadza ende ndakaigona. But ndakazongorealize futi kuti life is kukura, ndipo paunozoona kuti life is not a walk in the park. Because I then became a totally different person ndaku university. Here's the story. So ndinotopedza A level and then babongo bva wati endonotsvaga nzvimbo kuBindura University. Ndobva ndaenda kuBindura University. The sun is sunning right now. Ndobva ndaenda kuBindura University. Ndo handaunatsofara nazvo. Pandadzoka zvikanzi okay. I have a friend who's also a pastor kugweru kune university inonzi Midland State University. I didn't even know it. Ndobva ndaenda kuuniversity kwekweya like panga mamuri muna 2008. Yeah, zvinhu zvazvikaoma but taisaziva kuti zvichatozooma kudaro, you know. It was in the middle of the year and ndobva ndaenda kuuniversity kwekweya ndikagara kumba kwapastor shamwari yababa wangu ikako ndikatonoaplya zvinhu zvese zvikafamba bho ndikawana program yandandisingade in human resource management. Ndawana program iyeyo zvikoro zvavhurwa, tambovhura muna 2008 but zvinhu hazvina kunatsoita, and then ndobva ndanzwa kuti there is a way you can also change a program. So muna 2008 papo patikaenda kuMSU around August I think, takatoenda tikaita about a week, zvikoro zvikavharwa, hurumende ikati vharisai zvikoro hazvichaita zvivhurwe because the economic conditions were terrible. We'll probably come back to what was really happening in that week. Anyway, I didn't meet, his name is Tax, so I'm just going to use Tax as his name. I didn't meet Tax then. Ndobva tadzokera kudzimba dzedu. Then 2009 chikoro zvikanzi zvavhurwa 2009, and announcement ichingosvika baba wangu akatoti wakutoenda, and this was in January. Dollarization yatanga, and dollarization yatanga, so it means things were getting better, and ndobva ndapiwa mazimari chaiwo nababa wangu like about 1000 something yekunobhadhara accommodation, school fees yaidhura, hazvina kutombopera, but I just want to thank God kuti I was still the child who had everything, who was provided for, who was a good child, you know. And zvese zvazvitoripo. Not saying this story is going to twist, but I just want to give you how I then developed into becoming this woman that I am. Anyway, ndobva tazodzokera kuchikoro kweke, ndobva ndapiwa program inonzi Human Resources Management, and ndandisingada yaindibhowa ndichiti ndikuda kuita economics inini, I'm so good at, I'm better than this. Little did I know. Anyway, zvekufambira program iye zvichiramba, then vandazongozvipira kuti ndakuenda kumalecture acho Human Resource Management because ndandazonzwa kuti achitanga, and unoshaya shamwari kana ungori one of the friends yekuti manzi tiri kudzidza HR, iwe utongoti inini handitomboda kudzidza HR, so sorry guys, I'll meet you nchamboenda kuoffice kwaMr Taguta kwaregistrar general kuti ndinochinja program. I then decided, you know what, I'm going to settle, and this is me, and I started loving it. Then I started attending these classes, and takatanga tiri vashoma, takatanga tiri about 10, tichikura chita 5, 15, whatever, class medu me Human Resource Management. Then there's another program yangari faculty medu yainzi local governance. Vanhu local governance ndo vanoita town planning chichichi, the very important people. So ne program iyi taive ne relationship yekuti taiita ma modules anenge 3 or 4 together. So vanhu ve LGS, local governance studies, vaiuya mclass medu kuzodzidza industrial relations, like zvine chekuita nekushanda nevanhu pamabasa chichichi. So I don't know, maybe this is where the passion came, because ndinoda HR so much. I'm very passionate about employment situations, labor related issues. They touch me. Zvokuti sometimes ndinotozoita my bad decisions kana ndiri boss, because I am overly conscious about the next person and I want to make them happy, sometimes at my cost. That has happened in the past. But anyway, moving on, industrial relations ndio yatata kuita program inani. Ndikukumbira udzokera mba izvezvi. Thank you. Enda uchitomhanya. And don't tell anyone to come here. Tell everybody Mami is doing story time musavadedza. Andika. Thank you, my love. Do it fast before people find out I'm here. Ndanda bakunaita.
Pakunidi. Muchiti mama kuita ma subjects why.
Yeah. Tata kuna industrial relations ne class inonzi local governance. So zvinoita manje. Ndiri 19, I think at this time, 19 or 20. 19. I went to university quite young. 19. Saka ndakudiscover ndiri kubva kumba kwanga kuine mitemo, curfew, church, stuff to do, no friends in particular. I had a group of friends that were my friends, but kwaisaitwa izvozvo handiti ka ende zvinhu this was how I was groomed. So ndauya kuuniversity ndapiwa room yangu ndogara muhostel inonzi Rusununguko. There are so many other girls in there. We are so happy. We go and bath at the same time. We buy the same lip glosses. We go shopping in Gweru with our pocket money. Do you understand? Kuti uyu amwe musikana ari kurirama a new life, freedom yekuti hakuna gogo anondi notofanirwa kunzi maenda kuchechi here musi Sunday tinge tisina pamwe tienda kunoona cricket, you know. This is who I became, and I had my nice friend Aunt Eunice, and I had my classmates. They may not want me to mention their names, but yeah, those my friends. Annalene, Sila, you know, we became like a family. So in that time, manje, unotoona kuti chero nevakomana vaunodzidza navo, they are like your brothers. But where were we gonna meet our first life partners? So this guy then joins industrial relations class way later than everyone else. So I literally noticed, good, munom class mini mkomana mnyuwani. Okay. Oh no, God, you guys need to give me a moment. I was 19, okay? I was 19 and I was a brilliant student. Ndakatogara kumberi, and I had natural hair that was very long. So I think I used to tie it almost like this. So as lecturer, I'm not type of homework, things like that. Yeah, you get that point. And then this guy joins our class together. Nevamwe vangambogara vachiuyawo zvavo muclass. Pane vamwe ma-interest andandatonawo muclass iyoyo yevanhu ivovo ve-LGS. LGS, yeah. It was that class that we all looked forward to joining. Either some people in my class hated them because my class made mazara crowded. But if you were my age, you'd notice the ones that would come in that look rich at their house, the ones that are pretty, the ones that are smart. You know, it's what your eyes are doing at that time. So that's what happened. So this guy I noticed with a pindam classmate. Angasiri light skinned as such, but angangori nimwe skin yakanaka, so iri different zvokuti waimunotice and anenge ameno zvaiita, but image yake yanga iri like anga asingadresse like every other guy. Every other guy would wear their jeans and their t-shirts and then their sneakers. This guy would come to class wearing a pointy shiny shoe with tight jeans and a nice silk shirt, white, you know. Akachena not munhu decided to kuchikoro ndakachena. Anyway, so that caught my eye. Ndikati vanhu vangori, so inini handina zvekuchena zviri mandiri. Ngatingotaura nechokwadi, pane vasikana vanochena, ndinge ndingoriwo fair. But okay, I noticed this guy, and then every time ndakatanga kumunotisawo zvongonoti munhu auya muclass, but every time andaiti ndikacheuka so takagara muclass ngedeso ndaiona ndaiona akasekera akati akadaro. You know, I mean, I need to give you, you've seen this in movies, right? And then I quickly dropped everything else that I thought was interesting because it's new. Murima 1-1. So you have there are people that are older than you that have interest in you, people in your class, some from his class and whatever. I dropped every other option and I wanted to focus on this good-looking guy, this young man. Then I don't know how he started talking to me. I don't know. I hope I wasn't the first one to talk to him. Wow, I don't remember. But ndiri remember tiri mu passage yepa clinic, so iye aine shamwari yake, of which, you know, anga aine shamwari yake, and ndaitara navo vese like zvana hi. But I really liked this guy, so I don't remember how we ended up talking on this particular day. But anyway, you get the drift. And some of it I'm starting to forget. But the most important part is I remember how it made me feel when I met him. So this was how I felt the whole entire relationship. The relationship started. But the relationship started. I would now visit him kusenga. Doko aigara. And then whole and untouched. So the relationship was so cute, you guys. I would go to his house. He was sharing with 3 other guys, I think. And zvinotaurwa kunzi zvinoitwa kumauniversity, I don't think it's that bad. It's just their living conditions. And honestly, I'm going to be tortured by this, but this is how it just happens. Vanhu vanotoenda munhu unotoenda wotonoona kuti guest uya negest yake uya negest yake, vanhu vanotobika chikafu, kana yatime yecurfew vanhu vanotoburitswa voendeswa kumarooms avo. But I remember us hanging out sometimes tiri 6 kana 8, or sometimes ndiri ndega ndine munhu wangu, you know, that type of thing. So it was quite cute, and we were innocent. And boys that young are not that terrible. They're school focused. Vana vari kubva form 6 veve vari focused nechikoro and sport. So he also started going for cricket, you know. He was doing all these nice things. Aitamba cricket ere. Yanga iri cricket ne tennis. Ndozva aitamba. So the relationship was nice, fine. It's nice throughout the semester. Takutozikana muklas totogara paside nepaside during industrial relations, and I started tutoring him because anga anonoka kuya kuchikoro. Akazoya semester yapakati was vanhu vakanonoka kuya kuchikoro gore iroro, and I started tutoring him. And at one point moju, I think ranga rare second year. Oh my God, I hope we don't get in trouble. Takaita imwe in-class test, and ndikamupa bepa rangu nekumashure. As they were so close, ndikamupa bepa rangu nekumashure kuti akopera akandidzosera. I confess, that's how tight our relationship was. We were best friends, and we were tight. And he had friends of his own, I had friends of my own, but we were mostly always together. So this is a person that taught me almost all things new. All things was either kuchitungwiza. Anga akati ngwareiwo aenda kumashows. He started taking me out on dates. He gave me reds for the first time. A moment of silence for who gave me alcohol the first time. Whatever. I enjoyed it. Until a time when, right, first semester yeyo ndobva yapera, tiri ma1-1. Ndobva ndadzoka pa mid semester inini kuchikoro kune imwe organization yainzi SIFE. Students in something, you know, entrepreneurship, and SIFE and test. Ndobva ndadzoka mid-term because I'd made friends. Inini, I'm very ambitious. I find myself doing extracurricular activities like SIFE, the most prestigious group, extracurricular group that was on school. Group iri rinotoita ma-events ekuenda kunana America chichichi. So yanga iri a speaking competition. We came over the holiday, the vacations, to do these things. Zve-SIFE. Musikana bva auya kuvacation, ndobva asangana nemumwe mukomana ikoko anonzi Willard. Yapa ma-minutes mangani?
18.
Inyaya yeruda pati 2. Ndakutoneta kaini. Anonzi Wiwi. So now Wiwi, I hope now Wiwi were in good books. I fell in love all over again. Okay? And because this guy was now he was a comedian, and the time kids was taking pa holiday pai. But holiday yakapera. Remember, I was still musikana. And holiday yakapera. Ndobva tadzoka kuchikoro. And then mukomana wangu uya tax we 1-1. For some reason anambonditsvaga the whole vacation. Neither did I look for him. And amene ndofunga ndowana udiko wacho, and ndo first life yeku college. And I think ndoko katanga my relationship ari short lived ikoko. And I think there are people that I can reference vakadana ku university vachitori vese today. Ndiyo time inoitwa a lot of bonding as well. And yeah, to make the story short, I came back to 1-2 now with 2 guys claiming to be my boyfriends. So what do I do? Because ndanda kuita SIFE a lot more, I started spending more time doing SIFE that I ended up dating the SIFE guy, the funny guy. He was older, he was doing a program ahead of me, and we were type performer. So performance yoyo ndo yandinakidza. So I hurt this guy, and ndobva atomboya a few times at my room achinoka achindikumbira kuti can we talk, and got no, I'm we now, you know. And then that's what I did to this guy, and then he went on with his life. and I went on to do my performing life with this other. He was actually a celebrity at the school, and I became a celebrity of some sort, because taiti kana takupfura pane imwe hostel vanhu vaitidedza achiti wewe naAshi, and then tototanga kuperforma mene zvataichita. Yeah, we were so silly. The thing is, I didn't know in me I was autistic. I just wanted to perform. So whoever else brought the performance, I would do the performance. Whereas Tax was just a cool guy, good, normal guy, who's a provider, who liked to take care of me, who was so good to me, You'd get angry at some point. This is the only thing that but zviri kumberi zvazvo. Okay, moving on. 1-2 year kunosvika pakupera bva ndatanga kufila kuti I don't really like this celebrity guy. I like him, yes, we're together, but there are some things that I couldn't explain, and I can't explain them until today. And he was hurt. You know why? I went back on vacation, and then Tax then looked for me whilst we were on vacation, and we started dating again. And now that we're dating again, now we're doing everything all new, We were dating now in a nice and fun way. Vatadzoka ku 2-1, vandatanga kugara kwainzi kuiko. This hostel yanga iri kusenga ndaikanganwa zita rayo, but ndatanga kugara ipapo. Iye achigara mune hosho neshamwari dzake dzaitamba bhora dzainza naAya. Inini vandatanga gore rororo, because tanga taruza Saif the last year, my heart was broken. Ndobva ndatanga kuita focus nezvekubasketball. So inini naTax we started spending more time doing sports. Iye achita zvebasketball, ini chita zvebasketball, iye achita zvecricket netennis. And then my friends akaigara nayo anaAya vachita zvesoka. So tatama celebrity ekusoka. Tava celebrity koko zvichinakidza, toenda out nechikoro, toenda kwamutare, toenda. We had so much fun, you guys. 2-1 ye 2-2 tichitonopinda futi then mu 2-2 manje 2-1 yanga ine a lot of stuff, yanga ine zvimasports zvichinakidza tichidanana. 2-2 takutozikanwa kuti tiri relationship, so tato relationship even pavacation te anotouya kuzondiona, I go and see him. 2-2, and then 2-2 inouya nemiedzo. Sometimes ndanda kugara kunonzi kuuptown, kwainzi kuiko kukagui, ndine room yangu ikoko. Titamskanzwa, sometimes you'd sleep over in my room, and sometimes I would go and sleep over at his room. Yanga iko some other name, anga subwarden. He had climbed the ladder as well in the social circles of the school. It was difficult, but that's the kind of person he was. He was very ambitious and he worked really hard. Pachikoro ndoziva kuti ndaizomuitira zvimwe zvinhu, because aisabatika mukomana achiita tumarounds pachikoro, chizikanwa Tax chichiya paakazenge ave subwarden, saka anga kutopisa aitobika murumu make. So yange yarelationship yekuti ndinomboenda kurumu kwake, ndoti kana wiki ndichigara ikoko zvinenge kuchibikwa kuchita sei, and then imwe musi ndombotsamwa ndoti no, I can't do this is not me, I'm going back to my room, I want to be a good girl, I can't do this anymore, ndinogara kurumu kwangu ndichidaro. So on this other particular day, I did the same thing. Iyo yekungoti ameno chinongondibata ndongoti hai anchada, ndobva ndatanga kuti anchada, ndobva ndaenda. So this time he was very upset with me, and then he kanditi, he got angry. He said a lot of things, but you can just tell now kuti I was driving him, not that I was driving him to be violent, but I don't know, I can't explain for men that are violent, but he pushed me to the wall, and then I was like, no, this can't do. We can't. I can't give you reasons why I want to leave, and then you push me, and then we fight over that. Then I called my friends, my team of friends, and then they embarrassed him. Oh my God. After that, I went back to my room. And then my friends then started looking for me. And then what they didn't know was, you guys. Maybe I need to be psychoanalyzed about that, because I forgave him for being violent. Right? Andinyengera pepe shamwari dzangu bva dzauya dzichinuka dzichinditsvaga. Ashley hapana. Ashley vakadzima mafoni. In that same night kwanga kuine event yanga iri mugym. And then uyu ari kunyengerera takatorara. I was very upset. Yanga ingori kuti he got access, and then I didn't want my friends to know kuti we are talking. But yanga ingori kuti he got access and he's just sitting there. Then ndakatorara. And then time vangu nditi let's go to the gym. So anga ine phone yake yakanaka so. Yanga iri n something because asila anga ine mari. Anga ine phone yanga iri brown. Ameno Nokia kana mchizi yevhurika kudai so. Takaenda ku gym kwekwe. Ndobva tadzoka ku gym. Vatasvikorara. But I don't remember kuti takakiya door here or not. Phone yake yobva yabiwa. So imagine munhu wokuti wangochida kuramba and then ndobva auya kuroom kwako ndobva abirwa phone yake ari kuroom kwako. So now you now have to console this person and you now have to go through the procedure, going through the police, campus police, you know. Atoma 1 kana ndatomu relationship vanhu vari kumba vachitomboziva ndatopa ma1 inotoenda noripota tototaura masuspects edu but nyaya yakatozotichinjira hamwari vataendeswa ku campus police zvikanzi imimi toda kusungai kuti mamuchigarisana murumu tautobatwa nemhosva ipi yekuswatisana murumu yekuti munhu anomboita wiki anongobatikana amanheru anongobatikana amanheru obva aita sei obva adzokera kumba kwake makuseni ndobva tasungwa tiri sutaenda noripota kuti chi tabirwa foni yakatichinjira within 2 weeks of kuifambira takapedzera tasungwa zvokuti semester payakapera tata vanhu vekuti tinobva kulecture toenda kuhearing tombonobvunzwa kana kunyora mastatement toenda kumarumiwe tononzwisa tsitsi. We went through a lot. Not only that, tapedza semester zvikanzi pakati pesemester tapedza semester iyoyo handiti hatambozoti nyaya yaperere ndoyekuti munenge makuenda kuattachment. Tauda kuenda kuattachment kwekwi inini vandatowana attachment yangu Bobo yebva awana yake, but back at our minds katiri kuzoti nenyaya tikasiya kuchikoro. So this is how people become kudzikama in life. Inini ndiri kutaura malevels ekuti ndakamutama ndiri good girl kuchikoro, vandaita celebrity, vandadzikamiswa nenyaya yandakaitai handitika. So now ndiri kubasa kwekwe ndamunhu kwaye, ndiri munhu kwaye kubhenge bisi kwekwe nekuti ndiri kuziva kuti amana nyaya ikaputika ndogona ngopera basa. Vamwe vanhu munoona vakadzikama veve vanenge vaine zvipande. Anyway, net taenda ndatripa attachment shoma tichiringoonana yedu tiringoonana paattachment paipai vatadedzwa kuchikoro vatafonera zvikanzi muri kudiwa kuhearing. Hearing iyi inogona kuti temaina kuti either munosuspendwa for 2 semesters kana kuti munodzingwa chikoro. Wanguka kana ndakambonamata ka takashinga bva tasangana mutauni tikaenda kuhearing kwekwi tasvika kwekwe kuhearing. Ini ndopa ndobelieve kuti Mwari ariko. I didn't need to be in this much trouble, but what I learned is pakaendererwa and punishment had to be done somehow. Ukapara mhosva wewe utonozoziva kuti vanhu vari kumba havasi kuziva kuti nini ndinomboenda 1 week kumba kwangu kwamuna wangu handiti kana ndichiita zvisakarurama and dzimwe nguva handisi serious nechikoro ndiri kufarisa mheno mumwe munhu wandiri kumba. That thing, that identity crisis inokudzokera somehow. You either punish yourself or you get punished, and I believe that process yakabva yandipunisha zvokuti ndakangoti yo okay. Mapanishiro yakabva yaita manje ndeyekuti yakabva yaita kuti ndibelieve kuti pamwe ndiye atori soulmate yangu. So to me he then became the first man I thought I would live the rest of my life with. Right. So taenda kuhearing iyei, lucky enough zvikanzi hapana nyaya yapo yakatosekwa nyaya yacho because vanhu vakatoona kuti tiri kutya and we very takanatsokomplya nemutemo tikarakidza kuti we are sorry chichi zvikanzi alright it's fine chidzokera iyo asi musazozvipa mhezve fine. Vatadzokera kuattachment kweko ndadzokera kuattachment ndobva ndachizomuramba manje because internally ndaingonzwa kuti ndoda kumuramba. I didn't know kuti ndenge ndichimurambirei. Ndaedza kumuramba paipai ndobva ndivinga kubasa ndichiburuka pabhazi rekubasa. Pakubasa remember ndandadzikama so ndandisatombораkidzwa kunge munhu anoita zvemarelationships. On this particular day my drunken boyfriend is waiting for me panomirira bhazi rekubasa achiti haundirambe iwewe, ndavaudza baba vako kuti une mwana wangu mudumbu mako iwewe, haundirambe. And I was not even pregnant. I don't know why he was saying that. I don't know why he did that. Anyway, yapa ma minutes mangani?
30.
I think I'm going to end here for now because nantinete and the phone inozodzima. But tagumira pekuti akauya kubasa achita sei achindithreatena kuti hundirambe ndichambonofunga kuti zvairevei. And I hope this doesn't bring up negative emotions from anybody who knows him. Me and him are in very good books, and he knows me, he knows who I am, and I'm raising a child that we have together. So these stories are not meant to offend anyone. They are meant to just entertain you. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Stop.